Hello everyone, welcome back to another small haul vid, not a huge one, but then it hasn't been as long, it's only been about a week. So these are the bits I managed to pick up last weekend. Now there's a couple of little bits first. I don't know if they're any good to anybody like Paulie Paulie Poo Poo, Black Rabbit, anything like that, and you other guys. A couple of little figures, random bits I got in a tub. There's the first one. I'm not sure what line they're from exactly. I don't know if it's Ben 10 or anything like that. Another little one, might be interested for Black Rabbit since it is a rabbit. And I think these are more Ben 10. And you got, or Digimon, something like that. So if anyone's interested in those, they are available to be parted with. Anyway, that's the odd little bits out of the way. Now the first things I'll go with is I've managed to pick up a couple of Star Wars bits. One quite inadvertently was in the bottom of a little pot which I got with a few assorted odds and ends in, and my other half instantly sort of thought, oh, it's so cute, we got to keep him. And it's a little tiny Bosk. It's a little tiny figure, the old bounty hunter. So I thought he's quite nice, I'll keep him just for a little bit of fun. I managed to get a Clone Commander, I think it is. I did nearly get a couple more of these, not this last week but the week before, but they were all missing their hands, which I quite know how they've managed to pull the hands out of these figures, but quite well articulated, quite a good figure as well, so quite pleased to get that. That was about, I think it was 10p. And then in amongst a tub which I got various bits, including a few smaller Transformers, I also managed to get from one of the earlier lines when they started redoing the Star Wars figures, Luke Skywalker in his sort of pilot outfit. Did come with a jetpack, but there is part of the jetpack at the bottom part there on the other side there. Little should be a vent the same as this on this side, snapped off, which is a bit of a shame, but it's not that great a part anyway, so I'd rather just have a decent figure. And the actual figure's in quite tidy condition as well, not really marked. The paint on him is pretty good, so always good to get a figure. And in amongst, again, these bits, there was a slightly different figure. Now I did get one very similar to it not so long ago, but this one is actually Darth Vader, but where he's been unmasked, like at the end of Return of the Jedi when he dies. Would have been quite nice if the little helmet bit had been in there, but still worth having. Still quite good to actually have the unmasked sort of version of him. So that's quite nice, and nice cloth capes and that. It's not an old vintage figure, but still pretty tidy. And then we get to the Transformers. Now I picked up a couple of the Robot Heroes. Now I think I need these. I'm not positive on this one, which is Starscream. I'm not sure if I've got him or not, but I don't think it's the version I've got, so I'm not sure on that one. So I'll keep hold of that until I know for sure. And one I'm pretty sure I haven't got is a Sentinel Prime in sort of black. Now I think these came with like a little car, but there was no sign of that sort of like in the tub with it and that, but still worth having just to help flesh out some of the Robot Hero side of things. And then we get to the Transformers. Now again, they were quite small because they was all lumped in together. There was a few other odd Transformers dotted around, but they were pretty much just junk, as loads of bits missing. I'm talking limbs, heads, not worth picking up, not even spare parts in that sense, because they were quite common figures that even other guys at the boot fairs, you will pick them up. They're that common, you will eventually find them, so it's not worth even picking them up as spare parts for anybody else. And I know I already had the figures, but I did find a couple of mini-cons. Again, these were all in the same tub, and the woman actually sort of said you can have the tub 50p, so when I saw just a couple of figures in there, it's worth it for that. Not sure if I've got this version. or a slightly different version, but it's a little Minicon. I'm guessing something like Air Razor, something like that, where it turns into a bird, but nice and solid joints, sort of hasn't been played with much, and paint apps and everything are good on it, so it was worth having for that. And again, not sure if I've got this one or not. I've got different colour version of it, what came in the small packets where you could collect them, but a little Apache Gunship one, but it's more in a sort of dark browny sort of colour with sort of fawn. I know the other one is green, so might be worth hanging on to that one. And I found a Minicon. Now I am again pretty sure I don't have this guy. I can't offhand remember his name. I haven't bothered to look him up. But I know he belongs to, is it the Planet team? Something like that. And I think I do have the other members of that. So I'm actually, I think I'm sure of this guy. So I was rather pleased to find him. And again, I think he cost me 10p, something like ridiculous like that. So that was fine. And he's in good condition. You can see even his crane arms are in perfect nick. So worth having. And again in this tub, which were again, like I say, 50p, a Megatron. Now again, this is a figure I do have, so it's either one I'll pass on to somebody else, or if we ever get round to doing another boot for ourselves, I might even put it out on my own table. But if any of you other guys want it, PM me and I'll put it by until there's enough of a thing to send it to you. It's not really worth just sticking that in the post. Again, possibly a version I've already got, although this one might have slightly different paint apps, so I'll have to sort of check that again once I get things sorted. Quite a nice version of Jetfire from the movie line, so again, nice little sort of Legends figure, or Cyberverse, whatever you want to class them as. Getting to another one. Now this one was actually in its vehicle mode, and I know I do have it, so again this is one what is up for a possible trade if somebody needs it. And for the life of me, again, I don't know his name offhand, but little forklift one from the movie line. Again, quite a good little transformer. It's worth having that one. So again, if anyone's interested, I'm pretty sure he's complete. I haven't even bothered to transform him. I don't even know if he ever has been, because I think he came packaged in this form. So yeah, he seems all complete offhand, and yeah, good little bot. So again, that's something what's knocking about as a spare. Now getting to the last ones. Now I do have this figure in different paint apps, but I was quite surprised to find these two. Now again, I got the Star Wars, I think the Star Wars figures, one of them was in the pot. The Luke Skywalker and the Darth Vader were loose, and I got those, I'm trying to think now what the other bit was. There was one of the other small Robot Heroes figures, I think it was, or a Minicon, something like that. And the last two figures. Now these were actually on just a sheet. Yeah, it was a little sign next to it, any 5 bits for £1. So I thought, right, well, I picked up the 2 Star Wars figures. I picked up, like I say, I think it was one of the Robot Heroes figures. And then I also picked up, which I believe is still in the shops, the Legends size Bumblebee, but different paint apps than the earlier series of these, where they use the same mould. It's not like them on a Bumblebee, is it? But yeah, so I picked him up. It's quite a good little figure. I don't actually mind this one because it's more styled along the G1 line. But when you think that's cost me 20p, yeah, in the shops they're about £5, something like that. It's worth having. But right next to it, and even the fact that it was in robot mode, not positive it's absolutely complete, because I believe obviously there'd be a weapon, and I haven't had a chance to really look it up. This is the first sort of time I've had any bit of time off recently where I could have a decent check up on it. But in robot mode, it's not now, I've transformed it, RID Optimus Prime. I'm not quite sure what size you class it. It's bigger than Commander class from the Cyberverse line anyway, so I don't know if it's what they class deluxe at the minute. But like I say, he's got a hole, so he's on top there, so it's obviously a weapon of some sort. And I wasn't sure, if I bring that up, there's a centre sort of clip there. Wasn't sure if there's supposed to be a top panel to the back of the truck or not. That's something I've got to look up. But other than that, it's in perfect nick. So why somebody would think, oh well, we buy that. Kids played with it for 5 minutes, obviously, and sort of like then they stuck it in a boot fit. So I got what's technically in the shops still for 20p. That's sort of crazy. I don't understand some people sometimes that they buy stuff, or maybe they just get the wrong toy line for what the kids are interested in, and the kid just doesn't care about it. It seems a strange old world that that sort of happens these days. You'd think people check before they buy for the kids. I know it's to my benefit, but it does seem a little bit odd. But anyway, I'm not knocking it because I've got virtually, I mean it is a complete prime when it transforms. It's quite simple transformation without doing a full sort of review on it. It's quite a simple job to turn into robot mode, but yeah, I don't know why people would buy stuff and then just give it away virtually. They obviously can't be that bothered. Anyway, so that's how simple it is to transform. You could do that while I'm chatting to you. Like I say, it doesn't really detract that he hasn't got his weapon, and I might well pick up a weapon for him at some point around the boot fairs. Like I say, I'm not sure if there's supposed to be something there as a jet wingy sort of attachment, but still good, still quite a nice figure. And like I say, probably about, it's got to be about a deluxe size. I'm trying to think what I've got to hand, what I could actually show you what's more in the modern line, but I haven't really. I've got a lot of G1 and sort of G2 stuff out, but yeah, against I suppose a Legends or Cyberverse size, you know, he's not a bad size. He's about twice their size, so like I say, he's not a commander class, so I'm taking it, it's deluxe. But yeah, it's a funny old world, and to be honest, although I don't collect too many of the modern toys straight off the bat when they're out in the shops, he's actually quite good. You know, he does actually give me a little bit of faith in the line. The plastic's pretty good, joints and posability are pretty good on him as well. So yeah, I might well have to keep an eye out for more RID bits. But that's it. That's my haul for just 1 week. Makes a change from doing a monthly one, which is then about an hour long. I don't think I've got anything else that I've missed that I haven't shown you. I've got some other odds and ends on their way which I've brought off the internet, so I shall no doubt show you them on the next haul vid. But other than that, thanks for watching, and hopefully I shall see you again for another either Transformers review or haul vid. Thanks for watching.